Today, the Office of the Attorney General of the Bahamas is announcing the arrest of the Royal Bahamas Police Force of Sam Bankman-Fried, former CEO of FTX. SBF's arrest followed a receipt of formal notification from the United States that it has filed criminal charges against SBF and is likely to request his extradition. Let's go, dude. Can we please get some
hype in the chat?
Fantastic. Bitcoin pumping on this news too, which is, I mean, since this broke like 10 minutes ago, Bitcoin's nonstop. Straight to jail. Hey, traders. Welcome to the Monday stream. What a surprise. 14 minutes ago, we had that breaking news, of Sam Bankman-Fried being arrested. Thank God. Hopefully, some justice is finally done, where we were all just like, screw this. Screw this whole system. So corrupt, but who knows what's going to happen with it. But I don't know, man. We're looking at Bitcoin's daily chart, and it's at its highs of the day. But I can't tell, man. Can you really tell looking at this chart? You realize the price action how dead it is. 2 weeks now, really. 2.5% swings daily on average, and same range. So 17,200. That's great and all, but you're still not even, I mean, again, like it's going to change probably, right? But like, you're still not even making higher highs on the 4 hour than you had seen December 8th. No higher highs than December 5th yet. I mean, you did just put in a higher low than the low from December 7th, but Mike, you hear what I'm saying? How just like choppy this is, and not just choppy, but dead. Like, yeah, we've had chop before. It was a lot choppier, you know, at other times when there was more liquidity in the system. Now it's just like, I can need to get a microscope out to see what's going on the Bitcoin chart. And man, what about the volatility? We knew the volatility index, like it had hit that bottom. So this could be where it rallies here. And my God, it's up 10% today. But the crazy headline would be the S&P 500 up, all the index funds up. All 11 sectors of the S&P are up today. So what gives? I mean, I guess this is implied for the CPI report tomorrow. And good luck, man. Good luck. I'm going to read it off. Like I think this should be like the thing that should be read off every single day until things change, man. Okay? I'm just going to do it. Most underrated tweet maybe of the year, if not ever. If I can find it. Yeah, when every last economic news release, announcement, speech, meeting, etc. is market moving and relevant, creating directional panic by trapping the other side, it is a very difficult trading environment. Thankfully, that isn't the norm, but it is where we currently are. Every day I'm going to say that. What was the jobs reports today? Oh my God. Tomorrow's CPI. Oh my God. Terrible market right now. But what are you going to do, man? That's great. I'm glad Bitcoin was resilient and held today. Until tomorrow, it's just right back where it was at the bottom today. God, I don't even... Here it is, man. We were rolling over, and then we pivoted, and now we're right back where we were yesterday. Now, like, okay, good luck with the 4 hour, right? There was bearish divergence, and now there's hidden bullish divergence, I guess. Hopefully we see 17,569. Here's the issue, though, right? I'm talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. If you go to most of these altcoins, they're terrible. Like they all sold off yesterday with Bitcoin, but most of them have not even recovered at all from, you know, this little recovery, you know, the little spike in price we saw. So, silver lining, what? Bitcoin dominance up today, doing very well, as we had looked at that yesterday. But my God, man, Doge down about 3%, ICX down almost 4%, KNC down 3%, True scam. I don't even know why that's even. You know what? It's gone. True's gone. I don't even know what was on the list. It should never made it there. OMG down 2.2%, ZRX down 3%. I mean, just across the board, man. But then you have several. Dash up almost 5%. Neo's up 3%. Someone's like, Neo looks bullish. No, it doesn't. It's just going, just spiking today. Today only. Yeah, BNB like wrecked, and it was, I mean, it didn't recover, did it? BNB got down to like lost 5%. Now it's only down 3%. Let me find it. Well, okay. So that's your Bitcoin 4 hour, same price it was November 30th. Congratulations. Amazing. Nearing the top of the range, hasn't hit the top yet, but could. I mean, at this point, I would not be surprised. You know, market just goes absolutely berserk tomorrow to the upside. I mean, nothing makes sense anymore. Like, it really doesn't. I read you that tweet. That's the realest thing ever. So, let's go to Ethereum. That it's nice that it's up 1%, right? It's holding. It's not making lower lows. Not making higher highs either, though. So it's like contraction, still contraction. Has not seen the top of the trading range, you know, that was created November 9th and 10th. So maybe you go see the top of that, but maybe not, because every day it's Chop City. And, 2 weeks gone by and nothing's changed. So Jesus chimed us a new day. We got a new daily candle. We did it, man. We did it, I guess, right? Another day. Bitcoin, Ethereum, still the same price they were 2 weeks ago. Fantastic. BNB, though, not really good. I mean, it was... Yikes, man. Remember the little scrub wedge? It was nothing. Like, no one bought... And really, I think what it was the whole failed audit. I don't think market participants like that. No recovery. If this was Bitcoin, it would be at like $291, but it's not. So it's down 5% from the high from the 11th and the 9th and 8th. Like, Bitcoin is roughly at that same spot. So this is bad, man. I don't like BNB right now with what it's doing. And you go to BNB to BTC, it's kind of like double topping. Let me show you. Look at that, man. That's whack. Exceeded the 1618 like a joke. But, dude, look at you talk about bearish divergence. There it is. Look at the high, then the higher high. Very clear buyer exhaustion. And there's a neckline right here at 15 million, 15.8 million. You break that. It's just like, when's this thing going to roll over? I guess it might depend on when more people continue to pry into this whole Tether thing and the reserves, and it was not a real reserve. It was not a real audit. That's developing, so we'll pay attention to that, of course. That's your like, oh, that's just another potential landmine you might just step on one day, and there's a collapse. It's not a black swan per se, but it's like a gray swan where it could be there, but maybe it's just not real. It's not going to happen, and we're just going to move on, and everything's going to be fine, right? It's gray swan. And Doge, I mean, it recovered some, but it's not like... It didn't do what Bitcoin did, right? So a new day on Bitcoin. $25 is up, dude. So just think that, like, if this is real, like if this is just time to reverse some, you could think that Bitcoin's going to outperform BNB. And I think we look at Bitcoin dominance to really know, like, hey, man, this is pretty good looking so far. I mean, composite operator stuff here. It's beautiful, dude. Absolutely beautiful. Let me get this to the right spot. Back testing the spring on extremely low volume on the second attempt. Wonderful. You might be going into phase D now. It'll take a while to get there, but 48. You just imagine what happens when Bitcoin's at 48%, 49% market cap dominance. What poor altcoins? It's either like the whole market's in utter shambles, dumpster fire, or somehow something crazy's happened and Bitcoin is doing awesome and altcoins are just lagging behind it. So stage is set for a phase D. I'll bring up the schematic for you one more time. You're a little in the dark on that. Right, where you tested it and you're now breaching. After the successful springback test, you get into phase D and last points of supply. So you'd begin to rally, and what should happen is you'd eventually take out this high point, the 42% level. I think that would confirm it, right? And then signs of strength where you're breaching the top of the trading range you've been in forever. That would be nice. And then on the equal and opposite side, you have Ethereum to Bitcoin. Where if Bitcoin dominance is going to do that, this is definitely going to play out. Like, how does that not How does Bitcoin dominance Wyckoff accumulation be valid and it actually happens, and then Ethereum to Bitcoin doesn't happen, where you're now in the latter phases of Wyckoff distribution, where you're in the last points of supply, like lower highs, weakness, after the upthrust, after distribution test, right? Signs of weakness. So then like down next eventually. Okay, and then XRP recovered a little bit. I mean, it's just what? Recover? What do you mean? It's the same price it was at Thanksgiving, dude. Same price it was at on 13th, 12th of November. Same price as September. Same price as July and August. Same price as May. Oh my God, dude. Kill me. Just get it over with. Dead A market. Yeah, every day represents, or one candle represents 24 hours. You can't even believe it. But yeah, it's still okay, man. The argument's still there for potential upside. If Bitcoin doesn't collapse, the whole world doesn't collapse. Okay? Everyone thinks the world's going to collapse, so I guess, because all the data pieces are pointing towards it, right? Pointing towards a recession in 2023, a real bad one. But if everyone knows it, I guess it won't happen this time, right? Is that how it works? Rumors about Ripple losing the case. Is that the Hoskinson son rumor? He was saying that it's going to end sooner than we think. Okay, whatever. So just skating along this 200 still. I mean, you closed below it again today. You tested it and closed below it. So I just don't. Have fun, man. You heard me, right? Same price as May. Today. How many days is that, dude? This isn't a dead market. If that's not a dead asset, I don't know what to tell you. 217 days, same effing price. A little bit of discrepancy on the bottom and top. Want to vomit, dude. Right? The times we had in 2019, 2020, 2021, oh my God, they were amazing. 2022, oh. After the crashes, anyway. Crashes were fun because, like, hey, I mean, there was a lot of implications. I mean, there were things telling us, man, this looks like it's going to collapse. And then they collapse, and then they get to these new levels, and then they just stop moving forever. Okay, so let's go to the total. I mean, no change from yesterday, of course.
I like turtles.
I don't. I hate turtles. My God. Same price it was at June 18th. Fantastic, bro. Fantastic. New piece of data, quote unquote, by the way, right? Is this data? No, it's a joke. Freaking joke. So I just like, tomorrow it's going to be violent. It's going to be volatile. VIX probably going to continue to spike, I would imagine. Even, it seems like maybe even with price pumping. So let's go to the VIX real quick. Well, maybe the quad screen, then the VIX. Okay. Here's your Bitcoin 60-minute, which made a higher low. It's back above that 200. Who cares? You know, it's not a really big deal on this time scale. So insignificant. I mean, maybe you see the top of the range on a good CPI print tomorrow. It could go that high. You could definitely imagine that. But I could imagine on both sides, if the market hates the way things go, top of the range, if it loves it to the top of the range and hates it to the bottom of the range. Wow. Everywhere. So here's Ethereum top right. Higher low, but not a higher high yet. Has not seen the top of its range. Maybe it will. Here's XRP that looked just terrible. And, with the formal, successful bearish back test of the top of the range after a couple failed breakouts. Made its lowest low since November 22nd, yesterday, last night, around 24 hours ago, and it's just rallied straight up off that, but is not making higher highs yet. Make no doubt about it. Nothing's making higher highs from yesterday yet. Only higher low on Bitcoin Ethereum, a lower low on XRP, and a lower high so far. And then BNB, like the grossest of them, where there was no recovery, like, you know, Bitcoin recovered. Okay, XRP caught some bids, Ethereum caught some bids, and then BNB just stopped selling. The selling pressure kind of just stopped. No bids, not many bids came in, you know, just enough to keep it from dumping more. But you're thinking on this one, if it's underperforming like that now, you have this weird rumor news coming out that's been affecting the price, then 258 would be probably more likely than 300. But hey, whatever. Okay, VIX now, man. This is like the main event of the stream. Well, I mean, the main event really was, oh, hey, SBF, scam, bankrupt, fraud, was arrested. Formal charges being filed, whatever. Gotta love it. Oh, what about the whole thing with the Signal Group? And the Signal Group was called wire fraud. And of course, that sociopath tweeted about it and said, oh, well, hey, you know, that's unfortunate, but I didn't know anything about that. Yeah, just the sociopath that lies about everything lied again. I mean, hopefully that was the camel that broke the... Wait, the straw that broke the camel. I was about to say the camel that broke the straw's back. I'd imagine it'll only take one camel every single time to break the straw's back. But, and do straws even have backs?
Is that a joke?
Here it is. Here's your VIX. Yeah, I mean, just a gap up. I mean, but it's nice. I mean, you know, the S&P reversed at a perfect area too, but did not inverse what normally always happens. Did not inverse correlate to the VIX today. Converged with the VIX. Really strong close. I mean, power hour was like it almost always is, right? Insane price action. Well, the highest volumes in the last 30 minutes and the beginning 30 minutes of the day. So where could we see this go? I mean, you're thinking maybe if it just repeats history, 35, and then we'll go from there. And I mean, I really do think, like, if the CPI report comes out tomorrow and things go back to normal a little bit on the inverse correlation, then and the stocks pump, Bitcoin pumps, gold pumps, silver pumps, US oil pumps, everything pumps, you're probably going to fill a gap maybe. You probably just have a huge, like, 5, 8, 10% down day tomorrow. Guess we'll be paying attention to that. So, Conrad.
BlockFi filed bankruptcy too. Frustrating, but luckily it was only credit card rewards I lost out on.
Credit card rewards? No! That's how they get you, man. It's those incentives. The stupid APY. I mean, God, I just hope, like, there's a new graduating class of people that understand if it sounds too good to be true, it is. It's not probably. It is too good to be true. Get over it. I mean, and there's still, like, all these... Get somebody in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. There are all these, like, coins, or they're like investments that are high risk and they have 300% yield. They still exist on KuCoin. I think Binance too. They're out there. I mean, it seems like that's part of the trash that has not been taken out yet that needs to be taken out. This never existed before, nothing like this. So I'd really only been delving into it, but it's out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's happening right now. It's not like, oh, it imploded. No, it hasn't imploded. It's there, and you can go and lose your money on it. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to the S&P just real quick. Look at that, man. Just not engulfing because it gapped up, right? It opened higher than yesterday's close. So it didn't completely cover the previous candle, but what a pump, man. I mean, closed at its highs of the day. The wedge is still valid, but man, maybe you're going to go test the 200 moving average tomorrow, 4,037 on bullcrap. It's an IQ test virtually, man. Hey man, do you see that it says 300% APY? If you hit the buy button, you lose your money. Bye-bye. It's the stupid tax, as Jim Leahy would say from Trailer Park Boys. The stupid tax. The dumber you are, the more you pay. That's what all these are now, I think. That's right, man. No, they're golfing. They're golfing. They're golfing. So yeah, it's a strength, man. Up 1.43% today, but still, you understand, like, you look at this and it's like, who cares? Like, tomorrow, what if there's a huge red candle? You failed. You had an evening star reversal at a supply line. You're below the 200-day moving average. You're in a well-established downtrend. Your two most recent discernible events on the chart for now, until new data presents itself, is the lowest low of the entire downtrend, and for now, the lowest high of the very well-established downtrend. Okay. XLE popped, of course. I mean, it got kind of shattered last week, so a huge, look at this on the DJI. A bullish Mara Bazoo, man. Yeah, you heard me. The Mara Bazoo Voodoo. Back above 33,729 for now. All right, so wow, strong as F. Again, all sectors up.
I'm the liquor Randy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leahy, for the threes. Appreciated it. Chop City, man. Chop City. 11,143 to close at 1.26%. Same price it was at October 5th. Same price it was at June 23rd. Same price it was effing at May 11th. Wow, what a joke market. Dead market. You get that. Talking 6 months, chat, and an index fund is the same price it was at. I must be on the wrong chart. I'm like, why do I have all this stuff here? Yeah, there we go. So here's your weekly. All right, just you're below the 200-week moving average around. You go test it, man. Go to 11,352, but you're below where you need to be above still. And it's just one of those days, man. One of those illiquid days where we're at, okay? IWM, remember, just that nasty red candle trying to break back above the 200-week moving average today, the first day of the week. Still below the supply line, as you had failed. A lot of weakness right there. And I guess we're just going to find out, see what happens, man. The formal bullish edge has been there, but you can't fail to break out. So, I mean, this is the one if you made me choose, I'd be taking the small caps all day. Because of the dragon setup, the recognizable pattern, all the variables that line up. But dang, man, we got to break out. You can't fail to break out. You got to break out for real. And you hadn't. Okay, so those are index funds, and then we can go to gold. Bearish engulfing candle. What? I thought gold was supposed to pump it. Well, this is like, I mean, right? You're at an inflection point. You know how important this inflection point is. 2011, 2012. It is the key levels. I mean, dude, if this is the potential eye of Sauron, then this is the black gate. This inflection point, the black gate. You want to get into Mordor and destroy the Eye of Sauron, you want to go to Mount Doom, you must break down the Black Gate. And it's not really great when you're showing a very real, undeniable bearish divergence. And you're engulfing bearishly, and you're below the 200 moving average and stuff now, so. And negative Momo's building, so. And before, nothing matters because of stupid illiquid market conditions, and then, you know, the bots just freak out on everything, so it just pumps up 8% to market, whatever. But until then, yikes, you're below that inflection point, okay? The black gate. Yeah, so you want to hear more about what that official statement on the arrest at SBF, as a result of the notification received and the material provided therewith, it was deemed appropriate for the Attorney General to seek SBF's arrest and hold him in custody pursuant to our nation's Extradition Act. At such time as a formal request for extradition is made, the Bahamas intends to process it promptly pursuant to Bahamian law and its treaty obligations with the United States. Sorry, I haven't done news broadcasting reading in a while. So, responding to SBF's arrest, Prime Minister Davis stated, "The Bahamas and the United States have a shared interest in holding accountable all individuals associated with FTX who may have betrayed the public trust and broken the law. While the United States is pursuing criminal charges against SBF individually, the Bahamas will continue its own regulatory and criminal investigations into the collapse of FTX, with the continued cooperation of its law enforcement and regulatory partners in the United States and elsewhere." That is an insane run-on sentence, mother of God. That was an entire half paragraph. Wow. Majority of the paragraph was one sentence. But that was just more on it, okay? Move on to silver that has been outperforming pretty well. Okay, so silver's still at that pretty cool spot. Mysteries abound here, where it's like you've got the completed shark, right? You've got the 113, and you got the minimum 1618, right? Remember the sharks. I haven't emphasized this enough. I've got to start doing it more, right? It does require, it's your B to D extension, right? Say if this was below a 1618, let's say it was a 1272, it's not a valid chart. It has to be 1618 to a 224 extension, all right? So this is a 169, so that's valid. It meets the criteria. So you got a shark here, and it's really nice to see confluence of the 113 with the 1618, right? You know, the 113% retrace is the reciprocal of the golden mean ratio, which is the 1618. So it's like pretty much, you talk about harmonious. Oh yeah, harmonious, all caps right here. But is above a key level from years ago, but is definitely kind of showing bearish divergence on the second high at the completion zone. So gotta wonder if, and it is a well-established downtrend. There's no arguing, no denying it. Lower highs, lower lows for an extended amount of time. So you're not in an uptrend or anything. There's a lot of work that has to be done there. So after such a nice run, a more significant pullback could happen, and it wouldn't be weird, and you'd have targets for it. Even if it pivoted one of these levels and was beginning to reverse this trend, you'd think one of these levels pivot and then run to a higher high after putting in another higher low. That'd be great. Fake comics price. Yeah, it's paper, man. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm gonna call up the gold and silver vendors over here, physical ones. There's a guy that does it. It was pretty cool watching one of his videos. He'll call up. I don't know if he does it every day, but he'll call up and what spot price is on paper, what the what the spread is, and most of the time it's like kind of gouging. But then he'll eventually, after calling 5-6 enough people, he'll get fair price. You know, like the Eagles, the Silver Eagles, Golden Eagles. Okay, so that's your silver, and then you have copper. Wait, sorry, that's gold. Copper, that testing and failing that 200-day moving average. Remember, had not seen it or tested it or touched it since June, but is making a lower high than the previous high. Remember, this is in a downtrend. There's no arguing. There's nothing about this bullish right now, okay? Just so we're on the same page. Copper, long-term bear trend. But copper sprung back above a key inflection point from history because it collapsed. Sprung and then back tested the spring, completed an M shape, a Gartley, and then even type 2'd and really just another spring back test and then rallied. But it rallied to what? The top of the bear flag. It rallied to the bottom of the old trading range before the collapse and is now starting to look a little weird, starting to look lower high locally. Uh-oh. That's a sign of weakness IMO, right? Lower high indicates distribution. But dude, we've already made lower highs. Yeah, lower highs, lower lows. So you could be, again, I don't know about a CPI report, dude. Stupid, illiquid market, pump, dump every day. But like maybe, you know, if this is real, you think maybe the bottom of the range, bottom of the channel, the flag, the bear flag, 344 eventually. Yeah, covered SBF, I guess. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? There's no chart of SBF. I mean, is the FTX chart? Can we look at it? Should we do it? Chat. 1 for yes on the FTX chart. 2 for no. Okay. You got yourself palladium right here, another metal that's above 1853 for now, but not really looking hot. I mean, you got a bearish engulfing candle today. You're so close. It's tough to be confident, man. My God, man. One, I guess. XPT, look at this. You talk about, I mean, we know it's in a well-established, I mean, it's been in a downtrend since February. Well, let's just say since it put in the lower high in May of 2021, right? This looks like a joke. It looks like, whoa, bullish consolidation. It's at a resistance now. I mean, I would imagine why'd they make the warrant. Finally, just they had enough information or evidence they needed, or maybe it was the final wire fraud signal group. That might have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Hey Mitch, let's try something different. Vertical bond ADX, UAE stock market.
Thanks, AH. Yeah, it will look. Thanks, man. So I don't know, man. You go to the weekly on platinum, and it's really, it's interesting, dude. It really is not that bad. I wish you would make a higher high or a higher low or something locally lately. But dude, we're talking about it's been a year and a half or whatever, making lower highs, lower lows. But the good news is you're above the 200-week moving average. This is not like copper. This is not like gold right now. It's kind of more along the lines of silver a little bit. You get no help there either. Gosh dang it, man. Now you're maybe showing hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. But you broke this, a beautiful channel. You know, you had bottomed out in the COVID crash. Yeah, I just don't. Metals, man. Ugh. Probably better stuff out there. Like there's stuff out there, man. Like if you're looking for a long argument, they exist. They're out there, different, but they're probably not just like metals themselves.
There
right?
is actually a bank mini new coin. Man face bumming. Smiley face.
Is that a joke?
Dude, that is so loud. I gotta turn that down real quick. The Elon, is that a joint? Like blows out my speakers. But it doesn't look loud. It's just, let's try it again. Like that.
Is that a joint?
What's the content, dude? He got arrested. Fraud got arrested. And maybe he'll stop tweeting now. I think we should revoke his access to Twitter. When you're a fraud, scammer, loser, use your lawyer to defend yourself, okay, to a court of law. Stop trying to get public discourse to sympathize. Wah. Yeah, how much money you like stole from people? You and your sex parties. Swaying elections. I mean, my God, dude. Subverting the whole system. Okay, so, hey, dude, you know, we got some commodities. You know, I know most people don't care. But, dude, You will probably eat the bugs. You understand? Steak, again, live cattle futures cannot be stopped. What did it do today? Well, it just happened to make like 7-year highs on the candle close. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's ungodly. What's going on with this? It just won't stop.
Have XSD, the ETF, for like 3 years, looking for an entry point for HODL THNX.
Oh, thanks for the $5 super chat. So yeah, man, I just don't. You can't keep getting away with it. Orange juice dumped past yesterday and today already, like down 2+%. Did not make it to the all-time high, but my God, this thing won't stop. I don't know. So yeah, orange juice. Maybe it's the type 2. Maybe it's just like the hop or something. All right, the failed Head and Shoulders, but maybe 1 and 2. 227.45 is all-time highs. Right, look at that. Look how close you got. If this isn't like a potential reversal area, what would be, man? I mean, like 3 different times in history you've gotten to this level. This is the 4th time, and it's just like, man, you continue to actually show bearish divergence on the RSI. Look, another leg of it. Triple, no, it's like quadruple bearish divergence on the RSI. Just barely, but look at that. Dang, man. If you're taking along here, it's the dumbest thing probably you could ever do. Going long on orange juice futures as close to 227 as possible. The dumbest thing ever. Oh, we're going to look at US oil. That, yeah, it rallied, man. It rallied. It means nothing. It's meaningless right now. Like, it engulfed bullishly. Okay, well, when you get above $78, we'll talk. But until then, it's a joke. It could come back test. It can go to $75, $78. Fine. It's going to make a lower high than the high from 2nd of this month. And roll over later. I mean, $60 is the technical support. The next one. So, I don't care what Jim Cramer says, dude. Or anyone else. I'm just looking at the charts. I hate like where sometimes the technicals line up and then they'll tweet something and it's like, oh God. What the actual target is what they said was the next support. Or like they said, that's where it's going. They're calling it. And it's like, it's never about calling it, man. That's bullcrap. It's about just talking about the levels, right? If it breaks a key support and it's a real bearish breakdown, then the target is $60 based on historical price action between the levels. It happens so many times. Up and down, okay. Just repeats history, it goes to 60 bucks. But if it's a false bearish breakdown and breaks back above $78, then it goes to 87, then $100, then 110, 115. Too many people went like, I called it, man. I'm calling it, dude. It's like, no, it's just the levels, man. Natural gas. You know, it tests the 200 moving average, right? Maybe it's trying to bottom. Hidden bullish divergence is there. I mean, dude, there's like, I think like utility companies in the UK are trying to urge people to have their power cut off between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Do you hear that? People get home from work, and if it was up to the utility companies, their power would be off for the first 2 hours of them getting home. Because of my crisis, my energy crisis, a self-imposed energy crisis for all of Europe. 100%. So you think, I mean, like, natural gas would continue to rally. This would be a type 2 return of the shark. I know this was a pattern completion zone of the bearish 5-0. But dude, we got fundamental stuff. It's like orange juice futures, right? There's orange juice tree bubonic plague going on in Florida. Okay, well, this would be the fundamental reason why natural gas would be bottoming here and continue to run into at least maybe test 980 again. So yeah, man, nice to get when you're back above 634. That's big time, man. That's not a joke. That's like when you're above 634, it is very, very real that 763 would be the next target, because historically that's almost always what happens. So I'm not gonna be surprised. Maybe you fill the gap first at 622, but it's looking kind of promising again. Remember, uptrend, long-term uptrend, no doubt, and a bullish variable and a bullish trend. So there's something called greening. There is a tree plague, right? Like, hey, COVID, man, oh my God. Well, it's for orange juice trees. And it happens once every like 30, 40 years or something. So they say. How about soybeans? Beautiful. Gotta love it. Look at this bearish consolidation structure. God, that didn't... I mean, it's still kind of like weak A momentum on the slightly higher high. Tweezer top reversal at the top of the rising wedge.
Any thoughts on ENB on the TSX?
Well, I have thoughts on it. When we look at it, we will look at it. Thank you, Dale Fulton. Appreciate the contribution, dude. For real. Okay. So, soybean futures looks... Oh, you know the trend reversed, right? Lower, look, the highest high, then the low, then the lower high, then the lower low, then the very methodical bearish consolidation after the trend reversed. So if this respects TA, right, where the probability is higher in a downtrend based on Bulkowski's research on traditional markets, this traditional market, there's a greater than 50% chance that this would play out downward. This would be respected and break down, not up. So we'll see. So that's just an update on soybeans. Why the F not? Rice futures, you just don't know. I mean, it maybe is done, right? It could be the type 2, but at the same time could be accumulation. But when you're looking left, man, it's a good question, because you're not all the way up to the insane $25 high when rice futures, what was it, 2008? And you're not above $18, which is the other big high from 2011. So this is definitely a potential reversal area, but mysteries abounded, right? I could get rid of this real quick and you can just see it. It's like sell wall and then possibly accumulation going on still. And then this is interesting. Wheat futures, where I think you confirmed the downtrend for real when you made the lower low in the previous low, but buyers defended 742. 742 is very, very real. Okay. Technical level. Look, from 2014 and even going back to 2008 and 2007. It's not a joke. Between that level, if it's a successful pivot and it rallies, 919. If it doesn't hold, 635. So you're back above that level, and it could be a type 2 return of an M shape, a massive M shape. I guess it would be the lowest risk. Someone could be taking a shot with entering right here and then having a stop just maybe below the low it put in December 7th, letting it ride. And because if it was successful, then the upside would be 22 to 25%. You're Batman now until tomorrow when it breaks back below it, okay? But 742 is the battleground area, and there's massive upside and downside, depending on which way it runs. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, it got wrecked again. Coffee futures finally pumped today. It was the strongest pump. Up 5.63%. Wow. Still below the key level, though. But massive engulfing candle. Let's see what kind of fall through you get on this. Could be time for a bear market rally, you know, for sure. It's been destroyed, man. Super blizzard coming. Yeah, right. There's the first winter system for the Americas anyway that will be affecting coast to coast. Right, it's like been ushered in already, right, on the west coast, and it's going to affect right like Wyoming and northern Colorado. It's going to go into Nebraska, some Oklahoma, right? Minnesota later. It'll end up in, you know, Ohio and Michigan. I think late in the week. So yeah, but I mean, we're not the ones over here doing the craziest stuff, right? Because we can be energy dependent and stuff like that, but it's the problems in Europe real bad. Okay, so those are like just a rundown kind of some of your commodities, your seafood futures. Really cool. We had identified a back test of spring here, and you're catching a good rally. And look, this is a big deal, man. This wasn't a joke. It was not a joke area at all. Key inflection point where historically huge runs happen if it's a successful back test. That was perfect after crashing. You sprung, you back tested the spring several times, and look, you're running, and you could run all the way to $84. The Greg seafood chart respects TA like the Jesus, right? I mean, it was the highs from 2019-20. Man, you up-thrusted twice, then you even had a successful bearish back test after all this bearish divergence. It was gorgeous, man. It was so perfect. So I'd imagine it would respect the TA on the down, like when it's down too, to the upside. Seafood's amazing. For TA anyway. So if you're wanting to just like, before we get into, I mean, there are only like a couple of requests every day, dude. So just like, don't know how you could be like upset. I mean, just looking at some of the jokes, man. I think, did we want to do it? Did we? We can look at it. Here's your FTT scam. Hidden bearish divergence, dude. Yeah. Somehow is $1.48. Same price it was November 19th. Same price it was November 13th. No idea how this thing still exists. How it still trades. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this is not pulled a Luna already. But yeah, they were different. Where like Luna was actually minting coins as it was dropping or whatever because of the algo. But yeah, this is just still here, same price as it was last month, 30 days ago, fixed price. I guess it's a stable coin now. And then you got another exchange token that I think is in a lot of trouble in time. If you give it enough time, like look at the way the daily looks. This is Crow, Crypto.com, Matt Damon coin. Where, dude, I mean, it's awful. You know what it just did? Less than an hour ago. Crow, Crypto.com, right? Oh, you love it, man. Everyone's obsessed, and they treated it like it's their religion. It made its lowest daily candle close since February 1st, 2021. The absolute lowest candle close of the entire bear trend. Just less than an hour ago, that happened. How is that good? That's terrible. It took out all these other lows. This is not going to end well. This will end terribly, nightmarishly. Good. We were talking about yesterday. I don't think the tide's gone out enough. It's like, in a way, I really don't have a problem with Bitcoin going to 12K, 11K, 10K, whatever, because when it goes down, that means the tide's continuing to go out. So we're going to see more people that were swimming naked. Got to get them out, man. There must be a purge, and I don't think the purge has gone hard enough. The stress on the system, right? When Bitcoin dumps 10, 15, 20% a day or a week or whatever, that puts stress on the market. And stress on the market is just what you need to break things that need to break, right? So, I'm all for Bitcoin going lower. I really don't mind. If it fixes, if it gets rid of the bad actors or more of them anyway, like the Justin Sun and USDD, that thing needs to collapse. What a joke, man. This Crow crap. I mean, think about Bitcoin going lower. What happens to Crow? What kind of news is going to break on this? What kind of things are going to break in the Crow system if it starts falling to its lowest lows and sees the lows from December 2020? Real bad stuff's going to happen, man. To this asset. Withdrawals halted, whatever. Misfortune favors the dumb. It's the stupid tax, right? It's the stupid tax. No, USDD has not been covered. We'll go to it right now because we got nothing else to do, man. 51 days. I think now 52 possibly days and counting. It was 48. Let's extend it out. What is it, 54? Now, it's different because on different exchanges, it was pegged. It wasn't pegged. On this one, it, you know, whatever. I'm going with like 50. I thought it was 52 days on one exchange. Well, let's go with 53 days and counting. So, yeah, man. That's the longest, right? It was only 37 days when, you know, this is what I'm talking about. Stress on the system. When Bitcoin's crashing, the altcoins are crashing. Look what happened. I mean, at one point, like, what happens if the pressure doesn't let off on the system, right? The stress, it goes to 91 cents. It then miraculously recovers and repegs. But, right, we could keep dumping, man. We get some violent selling. This thing could really get out of hand fast, and that's what we're looking for. Bad actors, we need them out of the space to heal. Nature's healing, right? Elon buying Twitter, helping nature heal. Or the tech market, right? He led the way on the layoffs, the thousands and thousands of layoffs from the Twitter employees, the dead weight, and now all these other tech companies started doing it. Yeah, need that in crypto. But yeah, if you just like look at like, hey man, it was a bad day, then it was an okay day. And it's like you look at these coins and you're just like, did anything happen? Is anything different from yesterday? Here's your Maker coin. Maker caught no bids, man. Bitcoin rallied and closed near its highest high of the day. Maker didn't recover at all. No one's buying this trash, dude. Do you get why 50% downside makes sense? No one's buying and no one's gonna buy. Why would they buy this, dude? Tell me why someone's gonna be buying Maker enough to usher in a reversal of the trend, man. $300. Just be patient. You'll get it. Well, at least you'll get 413, then 300. 2 targets. Not over. Look at this price action at the. Good God, man. Look at this. 40. The threshold of the bearish control zone and neutral. Fail, 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 fail. All these failures. And now you're just right. You're 33.33 repeating, of course. Perfect. With Leroy Jenkins to oversold again. And so we can crash some, right? But dude, yesterday was like a pump, man. What about tomorrow? Dude, Neo's bullish, someone said in the Discord. Bullish in what way? That it, in what way is Neo bullish? Taking out its lows from May and June and just made its lowest low since the COVID crash, March of 2020, and then has rallied methodically since November 8th, and it's pathetic, right? I mean, we're talking not even coming close to threatening the previous high from November 5th at 917. I just don't and really see what makes you bullish. Wait till 550 maybe on it. What about Mana, dude? Mana, dude, yesterday was such a good day, man. Like, everything's fine now, right? Bitcoin rallied and look at the quad screen, man. Everything's fine, right? Mana went and tested 37.2 cents and there were limit buys there, right? The bots had the bids. 37.2 cents and then rallied to 38.36 cents. Man, that's... You understand there's hidden bearish divergence on the daily on this thing at the all-time low or whatever? Everyone getting like just bullish because Bitcoin didn't collapse yesterday. I just don't know what people are thinking. To just, how you gonna be just like in one day you go bullish when Bitcoin went okay, but is Matic above the inflection point? Not yet. Still no. Oh, look at Hex, man. The composite operator. You know what? Composite operator could have defended 2.8 cents, the bottom of the range, but instead went and bought 50 Gucci bags or whatever. Some designer stuff that looks ridiculous. No, it didn't defend the support. That's bad, right? Like, this is not, you know, is it Wyckoff accumulation? Could be if buyers defend, but the buyer composite man did not buy there. So if you get back above it, we'll talk. But until then, that's not good. Lowest close since the 29th. Lowest daily candle close of the month. ICX. No, it was IOTA. Hold on, but ICX though. Look at this, man. This is this is real. It happened today. Like, it is a low from December of 2018, and clearly it was a level in February 2019 after it was manufactured in December 2018, and then look, August 2019 it was support, but then it became resistance in October and November of 2019 before rolling over. And then you can even see a back test of spring before rallying in March 2020. But look what it's just done. It's just broken as of today on the candle close. It broke back below that key level. You can't ignore that, man. Understand that's a technical bearish breakdown on ICX, Icon, South Korean S coin. Hidden bearish divergence, completely matured, implying a continuation downward. Wow, that's continuation downward implied on top of a successful bearish breakdown. Candle close confirmation. RSI neutral. Whether you look at IOTA, made fresh lows. Lowest daily candle close on IOTA today or yesterday. By 50 minutes ago. Wow, it even took out that low. Lowest daily candle close on IOTA since May of 2020. So multi-year lows on IOTA, the lowest daily candle close of the entire bear trend. And guess what? Straight down and up and down and up. Okay. So it's like right at this one last level, this one last support, December 2018. You think it's going to hold, chat? Because if it doesn't, you know exactly where it goes. If it doesn't hold the support that it's at right now, then it loses a good 26% of its value. Very fast, according to history. Okay, so trying to just get the point across that just because yesterday happened and there wasn't Bitcoin didn't collapse, the altcoins didn't technically collapse or anything, it doesn't change anything. Nothing's different right now. Look at all this distribution with a buy wall. It's like descending triangle behavior. XLM's got it too. And there's like bear flags. Man, look at this bear flag on basic attention token. Hey, dude, the buyers came in, man. You did it. Does this mean that BAT's bullish now? Can anyone tell me if BAT's bullish now? Or is this not one of the most textbook bear pull bear flags you've ever seen? Because I would go with the latter on that, right? How we know that is because prices never really ever reversed here. In the pretty, nice amount of history we have on basic attention token, there's never been really a reversal here. So it's like you're just consolidating after a crashing, right? When an asset loses in just a few days, when it loses 40% of its value in less than 10 days, there's oftentimes a pause, a consolidation period. You're in the consolidation period and it is high and tight, low and tight, whatever. That's the low and tight, man, where it's barely upsloping. It's perfect. It's your specimen flag. And I really do think, you're talking about 17 cents, but the hard target, 11 to 14.5 cents, right? That's history, man. Not paying attention token. Yeah, they should rename it. Like 1 inch coin's going to become 1 millimeter coin. 1 inch coin. I don't know. The only reason I look at this because I have an alert set up and it went off and then it's like, what? And it's like, oh God. Look at this thing. 1 inch coin. Where do you think it's going? Where's 1 inch coin going? Yikes. yikes, man. I mean, if you need the percentage losses that are coming for this asset, most likely, and it's not going to be immediate, but it'll be over time. You might rally, make a lower high again, but there's like 52% more downside here. Oh, man. I'm sorry, dude. It's like unpleasant truths, dead market. You know, it is not fun time. I mean, think about me, man. Being the streamer, being here every day, and Bitcoin's the same price it was 2 weeks ago, and it never, it just moves 2 to 3% every day and stays in the range. It's like, it's mind numbing. That's the word, mind numbing. The words, 3 words, mind numbing. Cabo. All right, let's get to a request. What was it? Fertiglobe. Yep. Mother of God. Well, can't say you're not at a key inflection point, or about to be anyway. Right, obviously stalled out, couldn't break resistance. Maybe confirmed the top. I mean, that's a lot of selling, dude. I mean, there was hidden bearish divergence, I guess, on a little scrub. Dude, that's bad, man. That's incessant selling since the top in September. But you're hitting an inflection point. This is exactly where reactions occur. We're like, oh, it bounces, man. I mean, if you just slice through it and just continue to keep doing what you're doing, you're capitulating. All right, the levee's breaking. Potential supports being disregarded like nothing. So it's not really like a good spot to be trying to ride the wave. You miss the wave, right? If one's trying to short, are they not trying to short at highs? Kind of like XLE and stuff. Excuse me. So down 3.24%. I don't know what this is. I mean, it's like something on the... Okay, maybe fertilizer. If it doesn't hold 415, 389. But you understand, I mean, it could run all the way up to... If it bounces here and catches a reaction, go to 472. But all I can do right here is just tell you you're approaching the neckline of a massive double top, right? I mean, it's a key inflection point, and after so much selling, a reaction could occur where bids come in because limit orders are gonna most likely be here. Doesn't mean it's gonna moon. I'm just saying there could be a reaction. So this is where people that were shorting at the top, this is where they're covering their shorts probably. It's a strategic exit for, you know, right? You go short high and then you cover low. Okay, so that's it. That was your fertilizer. Fertiglobe. Got it. Yep. Nice name. ENB, the last and only quest. Nice. Toronto Stock Exchange. Oh my God, so much classic distribution. This is beautiful. Really is pretty. How about that, man? Wow, nice request, dude. Because it's like you've gone on an ungodly run. You had a 113 retrace from that high to low, I think, and you're unable. Like, look at that, topped out 2016 peak, couldn't break it, but now you have classic distribution going on. This is a textbook potential.
PLSD or Hex update, up to you, really just supporting the stream, 0.0159465
Day Richland, thanks so much for the 2026. Yeah, we can certainly take a gander. We already looked at Hex, so we'll look at Pulse Doge, Meloche Chain Coin. All right, thank you, dude. Means a lot, dude. It really does. So, the third peak. Normally in the third peak, you have hidden bearish divergence. You pretty much do. And even locally, you have like classic bearish divergence. One high, the second high, you're below the 200-day moving average. That doesn't happen often, does it? So I think that's like insider selling. You have the two valleys. This is the confirmation line of the potential pattern. 3 falling peaks. And that's the initial target. From here, you'd be thinking that's it. So from where it is right now, after that third peak, there's about 8, we'll say 9% downside before it tests the confirmation line of the potential bear structure. Again, classic distribution. And it's really nice. It's very pretty, man. This is awesome. So if this is respected, much more downside. There's like trend reversing stuff, right? When does this thing make lower highs after it bottomed out? What a nice little M shape right there. That's like a little, didn't hit an 886 per se, it hit a 786. It was like a bat that did not hit the 886, but still, man, nice M shape to reverse it all. And now you're up here and this is presenting itself. We've seen some of these, man, over all the markets. These have presented themselves and they played out beautifully to the downside. It was way earlier this year. Oil and gas. Remember where the XLE is, okay? Oil and gas, bro. Remember. 2008. Here it is. And from the 2014 high to the COVID crash low, an 88% retrace. And then you got one high than the second high, so it's like double topping. So if that played out where this was it for XLE for now, and it was going to go much lower, then obviously you would think that classic distribution would be very, very valid. Let's go to Pulse Malloy's Dogecoin coin. That thing has been doing really well. Well, it had been anyway, but it can't do it, man. It can't do it. Cannot breach the inflection point, right? 884. And even, you know, like the wick high from August 6th that hasn't been able to breach it yet. So it's like a high risk area for a fresh long, obviously, right? You never want to be like, I'm going to buy. That's buying high. So like if it pulls back, wherever it pulls back, as long as it makes a higher low than previous low, you're golden. You're in really good shape. And it's like, it's definitely like reaccumulation possibly going on here. So here's log scale. It's really pretty in log scale too, yeah. So man, if it ever went back down to like $5, that would be, and it back tested the spring, it would be legendary entry. Oh my God. Like trade setup worthy entry for a spring back test. But so far it's like 3 peaks. They're all the same, like a sell wall and higher lows. That's what we got going on. That's it though. So we looked at Hex and Pulse Malloy's Dogecoin coin. Nice. Old Bitcoin, man. Here's your daily. What? The daily? It looks like the 5-minute chart. Yeah. It definitely looks like a 5-minute chart, dude. There is no more real trading going on in crypto so much, man. You don't go 2 weeks of no price action like this. It's just like everyone's out, man. Everyone like got out. Jeez. Yes, coins make me thirsty, man. Thanks, Kaz. Yeah, it's a nice little Christmas tree. I've had it for years. I would have already had my little actual real life Christmas tree here, but like, dude, I don't live here, and my whole life's been turned upside down, really, like because of this whole thing. So, trying to get through that. I wish the disruption would happen during a bull market, right? Because it's like doubly bad. It's like bad market, dead market, illiquid, unmoving market, and I have to deal with like all this crap. It's like when it rains, it pours. Indubitably, yeah, for sure. God, no way. I've never even owned a FTX account in my life. No, I'm talking about my downstairs got flooded.
0.004111015 ETH.
My downstairs of my penthouse got flooded by a stupid painter using a paint gun that triggered the freaking sprinkler. Then the stupid firemen get here and have no idea how to turn off the sprinkler system. So 2 inches of water of my entire downstairs. And it affected many other people in the building since it's the top 2 floors. And so it's like, yeah, I got the insurance money finally. So everything's so slow going, man. It's been like a month, I guess, since it all happened, and nothing's gotten done. Anyway, dude. Someone was bullish on Algo, dude. It's like, yeah, right. Hey, guess what Algo did? Yeah, let's go. Jesus chimes maybe for Algo, making its lowest daily candle close since July of 2020. Multi-year candle close on Algo. Lowest daily candle close of the entire bear trend. Type in the chat. Beautiful, man. What a joke. But dude, it's at a level, man. It's at a fruit fly. Yeah, good luck longing that crap, dude. Look at the... Oh, it's miserable, man. They're rejecting 40, of course, right? Like all these are just reject. They fall into the bearish control and they regard them as like 40 as resistance, like dump, and now you're like 34. 34 on the daily. You understand how much lower it could go before it becomes oversold? So you know the target is 16. It's been this, though. 16.69 cents. Emphasis on the 6.9. That is and has been the target since it broke the... I mean, this ended up turning into a right-angled and ascending broadening formation. Very... it was almost identical to the Hex chart earlier this year before it collapsed 60% in like 2 days. Napster partnership? What? Never did. Lars Ulrich would have to come here personally or something. Oh, I didn't even tell you all about the coincidental catastrophe at the other place I'm staying at. So it's like the second day I'm staying there. Okay. And it's a really nice property, whatever. I gotta do like, hey man, I got a little laundry I gotta do. I put in a load of laundry. I go downstairs, prepare my dinner, and then I start eating. About halfway through my meal, I start hearing dripping noises in the garage. And I open the garage and wow, in a light fixture, there's water like flooding the ceiling. And I go upstairs and it's like semi-flooded in the washing room or the washing machine room. And turns out there was a cut in the washing machine's line. Nothing I did. It's just another thing. It's just like, no way. I'm getting like chased by bad energy. I can't escape it. It just keeps following me. In the last day, the absolute last morning, I was staying in that presidential suite of the hotel. The fire alarm starts going off. That's what happened here. The last day of normalcy here, because that fire alarm was going off as well as the water sprinkler. It's just like unbelievable. You can't make this up. Like there's no way in a million years I'd have been able to like make this up. Be like, oh yeah, these things didn't happen, but I'm gonna write down that they happened. Oh my God. No, we're talking about like these are some of the nicest properties in Birmingham, Edwin. Like, I swear down, like legitimately. Anyway, if you thought that was the only S coins, man, that were screwed, you'd be sadly mistaken. I mean, remember, like, we just keep our eye on DGB, man. Dude, DGB's bullish, man. It's gonna be fine, right? 2017, 2018, 2020, and here you are. Just consolidating really below that level bearishly. Not bullish, like the dump, the impulse, and then the consolidation slightly upsloping, not even coming close to threatening the high. Man, I can't wait to see how this ends. I mean, DGB to 1.5 tenths of 1 cent. Yeah, really, how's water looking? Good question, man. Let's do it. Why not? Get some flashbacks. Oh, it's well, this is about how it looks, you know. I mean, I figured it'd be mooning, right, with how much water has been affecting me negatively, but it is at all-time lows and falling. Poor Shaquille O'Neal. But what was it? Shaquille O'Neal was part of the Composite Operators campaign, right? Yeah, right somewhere in here, Shaquille O'Neal partnered with water, and we got that last pump. And the Gartley was beautiful, man. It was unbelievable. Type 2, springback test, the run, but then the campaign ended, and you ran back down to the level. Even a bearish back test in March of this year was once resistance is resistance again. Support was resistance, and now it's just like, it looks like so many other of these joke assets. Dang, man. But look at this one. ACST, stock of the year, bro. ACST, it's a pharmaceutical company. 34.38 cents. 34.38 cents, far too expensive. Well, I remember when I was in this wedge, I bet you this thing breaks downward, not upward. And it did. On the measured move, you're on the way. You're still probably not even at the measured move yet. Let's measure it, dude. Yeah, dude, the measured move takes you to 18.5, 18.6 cents. All right, looking forward to seeing that. What about Farfetch? Is it Farfetch CH? Yeah, look at Farfetch Limited. Fresh all-time lows. This is internet retail. Yikes. What rallied today? Rallied like a fruit fly, but all-time lows, man. What about Carvana? And it got a kind of a bounce, man. Oh wait, what did it? Yeah, bounced as in like bounce, man. I'm using these words because it's like, this isn't a bounce. It's just like, and then just like that, the selling pressure stopped for a couple days. But it hit, you know, the lowest low ever, December 7th, and now it's like, yeah, 2 days and 3 days, down 2%. It's just like, things probably gonna go bankrupt, man. Probably gonna go to zero. Dude, I don't know, I was watching the Army-Navy game or the Bama basketball game. Shaq was on 2 commercials in a row, like back to back, like just different entities. It's him. He does so much advertising, man. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do as many commercials as Shaquille O'Neal for so many different entities. Okay, Tesla down 6+. Look at this, man. Okay, your second lowest daily candle close of the entire bear market, rivaling, I mean, virtually the same price as November 21st. But dude, what's so terrible about this is you now have, as of yesterday, a formal and successful bearish back test. I'm not telling you my opinion, I'm showing you. You see the lines, right? They're not made up Rudy Poo lines from Fantasyland that you know what, it's subjective, man. It's not subjective, it's objective. It's there, right? Why? Because look, here they are. One time, March 2021. Look, another time, May of 2021. There they are. Okay, what happened yesterday? You ran up and you tested both of them like the Jesus. And then today, gapped down miserably and dumped all day. And look at you now. The first time, right, on November 21st, there was none of that. There was no formal bearish back test of those levels as resistance. No, you just gapped down and then, you know, you rallied. You just, okay. But so this time's actually different, and it's very, very bearish. Very bearish. And so, yeah, you're hanging out at this one high from September 2020, 154 after that, and then 112. There's just not much support here. Go into the weekly and stuff, right? Hidden bearish divergence played out. More classic divergence maybe in development. My God, the RSI is miserable, dude. You're at 34.67, your lowest RSI since May of 2019. You are at RSI levels you haven't seen on the weekly since pre-COVID. Pre-COVID days. June of 2019, what happened? Bitcoin hit the golden mean ratio from the all-time high to the 3150 low. That's where you are, June 2019. Wow. So not oversold, bro. So testing the 200-week moving average soon at 163.27. That's going to happen probably tomorrow, next couple of days, whatever, probably this week. And you're looking at the weekly at 150. 150, then 111. But, dude, a full 886. Remember, this is a very real classic distribution structure we looked at on that Toronto Stock Exchange chart someone requested. 3 falling peaks. 886 takes you to stupidly low levels you can't even dream of right now. We're not going to talk about because it would depress you, and we have so much time before it happens, before it would get there. Oh my God, dude, some of these, when Netflix was down. Look at this. Oh man, Netflix, bro. This methodical run. This is a bear market rally. I hope you understand. This is nothing really bullish. Now, there's no edge right now. You know, still so much positive momentum. I could continue, but where is it? I mean, like, what's real resistance on the weekly? I mean, you got a little ways to go, probably. Maybe 333. Yeah, nothing much really going on here that you could say, hey man, greatly a double top, there's not much structure. It's just a methodical bear market rally off its lows, and this is I'm betting when it's all said and done, there will be another back test of 166.
Can we look at Zillow Daily Plaza?
What's up, Brian, dude? Yeah, Zillow. Why not? We'll look at the other one too, the open rent or whatever that trash is called, been hitting all-time lows. Yeah, I think Zillow has like 6,000 homes they bought during the FOMO mania market that they can't get rid of right now. So I'd imagine like I'd never put my money in Zillow. Remember, they were just an online website for real estate, man. Cool. But then they're like, nah, man, we're going to another level. We're going to start getting loans and start buying homes. We're going to be part of that whole weird, you're going to own nothing and be happy. So they wanted to be the bad guys, the baddies. And now it's bit them so hard. All right, anyway, yeah, let's just go to it now. The Zillow Z. It crashed, man, it crashed. But then it hit a support. I mean, like, look, here's your weekly. It crashed all the way, 98% of the way. But then hits this this low from 2018 and 2019. And it's bounced for now.
Hot damn. Last try. Dash incoming now hopefully. Let's look at it. 0.01221996 CDH.
Sure, we'll look at it. Thank you. Great Beyond. Yep, definitely. Look at it next. So though it has hit these levels down here, it's the daily is probably getting toppy. Maybe. Oh man, see, I'm seeing, I get it, one low, the second low is confirmation low, but you got a neckline there, and what I see is kind of like what I'm seeing on some of these other ones. There's a lot of assets on the market that are trying to put in confirmation lows, and they've gone on these bear market rallies, but what are they really doing? From their previous discernible swing high to low, they're hitting 88% retraces. 88% retraces perfectly, right? What do we know about the 886? It's the Jesus, man. And not only that, testing the and failing on the second attempt, right? The second high at the 886. Testing, failing to break the 200-day moving average. Tested that 200-day moving average for the first effing time since June of 2021, man. Wow. So failing. And look at the bearish divergence, my God, at right there, man. So there's a bearish edge and a bear trend. So yeah, it pivoted. It'll pivot tomorrow if there's violent buying because the algos and the bots and the market's so illiquid now. But there's a bearish edge at a key level. You could definitely be like, okay, it's a shark. Sure, it looks like maybe a shark, or it could, yeah. Let's screw around. Yep, 224 on B to D or whatever, 886. It's legit perfect. It's a perfect bearish shark with a potential type 2 return. Even though, look, you're looking for these normally at top, massive tops, but where you look, man, you've been in a bear market rally since October. So think about this asset, Zillow. It gained 50% of its value from the bottom now. A 50% rally. That's a nice bear market rally, but remember where you are. You are not in an uptrend. There is nothing implying uptrend. What was the most recent discernible event on this chart? Possibly the lowest high, but definitely the lowest low of the downtrend. So the argument is pretty compelling for more downside here if the trend is just going to continue on as it has been, right? These are the things you're looking for in downtrends. All these variables, right? The completion of a W at an 886, failing to break a 200 moving average, type 2 return, bearish divergence on the second attempt in the downtrend. It's beautiful, man. It's like a great little setup there. So, but yeah, the one thing that would not be good about any of it would be like it's lost 98% of its value. So you're, contextually, it's not in the best area for short because where were you, man? You had all this time to short and you're going to be short now? Well, maybe after a 50% rally in a couple months. Maybe. But yeah, it's definitely like higher risk because of that context, right? But there are ones out there. I think it's which one was it? Hold on. This trade setup posted. It's the same behavior of this. Exos. Exact Sciences. Crap, none of my work saved. Okay, so well-established downtrend's beautiful. Look at this. This is Kathy Wood's third largest holding. Look at the downtrend, man. It's beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, you're getting to like some levels. Like, it bounced off the levels. It's a 62% rally off this level of $30 over the course of 2 months. But just think about it. The trend is bearish, okay? You are in a bearish trend and there's no arguing, okay? And then you do this. You create a W, and then what do? You run to an 88% retrace in the downtrend. Type 1. And then a type 2. All you need is some violent selling on the index funds because it makes sense. And look at your oscillator, the oscillators. It's not just the daily, it's also the 4 hour. So you have multiple time scales implying the buyers are exhausted here. Yeah, I get it. A little piercing line reversal today. So in before, right, the stupid illiquid bullcrap market has lost so much value that these fail. Okay, whatever. I'm just saying, right? That's what you got going on. And it's pretty compelling argument, at least. I mean, right? That's for downside. But we'll see. Oh, is the link invalid? We need to get a new Discord link going. Looks like maybe. Go to Dash. That, yeah, had been defying gravity a little bit for sure in the crypto market. Not gonna argue with that. Yeah, it did some stuff, man. It certainly did, right? And it broke a supply line. It was a really, look at this, how well respected. I mean, you're talking about 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1, 2, and 3 on the top, and then not just the beautiful touches on the outer part of the channel. Look at the heart line respect when you plot it that way. Support, resistance, support. Look at more support, and then finally broke it. After all this time, since May, you broke out and you're running. You even back tested the breakout as support, really, and then you just made your highest daily candle close since September. Above the 200-day moving average, nice. I love the when you broke back above $38, you back tested it formally as support. That's incredible. Incredible price action and then the engulfing after. So if it stays the same, you could go to $56, but who's got hope or any faith in crypto right now, man? The trend's still bearish, dude. It's not in an uptrend. What was the most recent discernible event? The lowest low you had seen since 2017. It's not even 2020. It was 20 on this wick low right here. When you went below $31, 2017 lows.
Take a look
December
at MRK
2017,
for me.
bro.
Thinking of exiting. Time buddy.
We're talking 5-year lows was the most recent discernible event on this chart. So to call it bullish, I think that's reaching. But yeah, man, it did some things that are nice. That's great, dude. Fantastic. All right, man. Golden cross coming if it stays, if it keeps going, but it might take 2 weeks, and who knows in 2 weeks what's going to happen to this thing. So that's the chart. Johnny, man, remember it's like I'm looking at the thing that you should be looking at. Just real life, man. Brad, is the link valid still? Live hour and 40 minutes, man. Pretty extended stream for the market conditions we are living in right now, which are rivaling 2018 by far. Look at your XLM, bro. So it says invalid for you. Look at this. I mean, this is like, it's not perfect. I'm not even trying to say it's perfect. And I'm not even calling it a descending triangle. I'm just talking about there is certainly some sort of buy wall. Limit buys are set up. Buyers are defending 8.3 cents. And there is clear, undeniable distribution going on. So call it whatever you want, man. I'm not calling it descending triangle, but I'm telling you that's the structure. It's a redistribution structure. Johnny, we'll look at it. Thank you, dude. MRK. Sure. Look at we look at Dash's downtrend. We'll look at XLM's. I mean, the downside, it could take you to 6.2 cents if you were to get over sold in the downtrend, man. And 7.2 cents is the target. But look what you're doing. I mean, this is the worst case scenario. XLM has fallen below 8.9 cents. Okay, 8.9 cents is undeniably one of the most important levels on this entire chart. As you can see, how many times it's been resistance. If it is resistance, look at the downside. Look what happens every time it tests that level and is resistance. Well, unfortunately, it just did that for the first time in years. For the first time since really like 2020, that 8.9 cents, 9 cents level is resistance now, not support. There's been a time when it has been support and it had an insane run, but not anymore. It's resistance now. So why would it not go down to like 7.2 cents? And if it doesn't hold 7.2 cents, mother of God, way, way lower. So just look out, man. Like most altcoins, XLM's unfortunately in that category of beara, super beara, hidden beara, divergence, maturing. And it's completely mature. Oops. Sorry. So many church bells going off. It's like the King of King's Landing died. Wow. I have an alert set up, anything below this 8.2 cent level is breaking that daily candle low close from November 9th. Be really cautious here, man. Tremendous downside potential. Talking like 12.2 to 20+% downside on XLM from here. Nothing like XRP. It doesn't look anything like XRP, which is weird because it used to do all the same stuff. Not anymore, man. There's something different about XRP and XLM, all right? What's up, Bitcoin AGU? Thanks, man, for watching. Okay, Merc. You want to see Merc? Not Maker, but Merc. Okay, we'll look at Merc right now. I think, right? Yeah, Merc. Merc and Company. Not much to look at, right? Because it's insane. Actually, an insane. We have to look at the weekly on this to start it because it's. Wow, man. Look at that. I mean, it's incredible. It's like not much to look at in terms of. Right. Like the best request, and they're all amazing. Any request is amazing because you're contributing to the 100% crowdsourced stream. Got it. But I'm saying there's nothing to look at because we're not looking for assets that are in the middle of impulse phases. We're looking for assets that are in the middle of consolidation phases or nearing the end of the consolidation phase, right? Or at completion zones of harmonics. And at the same time of being completion zone of a harmonics on type 2 return. And on the type 2 return, you're looking for bullish divergence. And this is all happening at a crazy level from history. Unfortunately, that's not going on here. This is like, oh my God, it's broken to all-time highs and it's beautiful. And there's no bearish divergence on the weekly. It's just like bullish convergence and strong. Very, very strong. What an uptrend, man. Wow. Probably pull out the, we'll go log scale. Let's try out log scale real quick for fun. That's a pretty solid stuff. Let's see here. Let's try the top end. So you got yourself like since the COVID, no, not even COVID, I'm sorry, since the global financial crisis recovered, okay? You got a channel. And so in this channel that's been going on for 24 years, you're getting closer and closer to overbought territory, right? 1 and 2 on the top end. So overbought 118.58. That's one way we could look at it. I think that would be the proper way of looking at it because you could try to anchor on the bottom. I don't think it works though. You try to anchor like this. That's actually pretty nice. Whoa, look at, you get so much more respect on these equidistant lines, right? Like heart line touches. Look at the 25% level, right? I actually kind of like, I mean, so a heart line might here, you know, it's kind of tough, man, but these aren't really, you aren't really, when you're doing these channels in log scale, especially, you're not really looking to like long anything or to take action on these. They're just a nuanced way of interpreting and contextualizing the way a trend is. So I really like the way when you anchor on the bottom, you're 1 and 2 on the bottom, then 3 on the bottom, and then look at all these touches on the bottom. I kind of like this better. So what a trend. But yeah, there's nothing we can really do. There's no trade setup or anything going on right now. Starting to think about getting out. Well, let's go back to linear and let's get out of this maybe we holy crap. You know what? Let's go by the weekly and see what the weekly fib extension is going to be, mother of God, because you're probably nearing a 1272 soon. If you're not already there. You could be nicking it, touching it barely. Oh man, look at that. So in logs or linear scale normal, right? December 2000s high to the 2009 low. The 1272 fib extension is 111.88. Wouldn't be surprised if you saw a reaction, right? That could be a target to take some profit, right? That's massive, dude. That is a huge deal. So, and you know, like, what if it broke it? If you broke it, 122, 21 would be your 1414 fib extension, your major, and then your 1618 is 137.05. So then those could be targets. All these fib extensions. You're approaching it though. That's about all I could do is tell you about those. You know. Wonder how we could do a channel in linear scale.
How many licks does it take to confirm the end of the bear? A 1, a 2, a 3.
Broke everything.
CPI report. A 3 licks to the juicy center of the bear market. Miss you M8. My backlog murdered my trading.
So nefarious, man. Confirm the end of the bear. Probably, well, the CPI report, man. I don't know. Like, you're talking about reversing a trend, man. It's several higher highs, higher lows. Right? I would go with a couple. That's what we did on the S&P early this year, right? Once you had, I think it was like you had a high, then you had the low, the big volatile low. Then you made a lower high. Then you made a lower low, and then you made the same high. That was it, right? That was a trend reversal. Yeah, dude, good luck to people playing this scam market tomorrow. Like, it's gonna do the opposite of what you think. It's gonna Heisenberg you, okay? Whatever you think is gonna happen, the equal and opposite will happen. It's gonna be insane. All right, so I think that's it, man. Thanks everyone for coming out. I appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. I don't know if we ended up getting a new link. It doesn't look like Brad made one, so maybe it's a good app or whatever. But anyway, Bitcoin is just hanging out. And one should never make expectations, but you will expect and can expect volatility tomorrow. There will be insane stuff. I'm talking Bitcoin could swing 5 to 7% up or down. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. And 17,569 could be your target on deck. It could be, man. If the market pumps, that's probably it. It's your target. 17,569, and then downside probably 16.7. Probably not going to go any much lower than that. I mean, you know, in the single event, right? Plus or minus 5-6%. Bitcoin, altcoins, gonna go nuts, dude. Okay. So I'll just be back. Till next time, respect the T. A.
Thanks, Navarre, for the 420, man. Yeah, sorry, I've been live for an hour and 50 minutes. So it just happens.
gonna dip.